Good morning, students. We are going to continue with our next topic, that's about the X-linked inheritance. So under the X-linked inheritance, we have already seen about one example, that's about the Drosophila eye color. The second one we are going to see that is color blindness. When you come towards the word as a color blindness, we are talking here where an individual is unable to distinguish with two colors, and that refers for the red and green. If a person is unable to distinguish red color, the condition is called as protanopia, and the green color it is called as deuteranopia. If you are going to call a person as total color blind, the condition is called as monochromatism, where an individual is not able to distinguish any color. But since here we are talking about the example under X-linked inheritance, we are taking here color blindness, unable to distinguish with two colors. To see about how the inheritance pattern is going to take place, we are going to take the condition where if a normal woman marries a colorblind man, all their progeny will have normal vision. Then how the characters are inherited, that is what we are going to see. But further, their daughter gets married to a normal man, their next generation receives the recessive gene and will be affected by color blindness. When you're going to represent with a color blind, we're going to show about the recessive gene as X towards C. So that you're going to call it as a recessive gene. The dominant gene, you're going to just represent it as the capital letter X itself. So this is a normal woman showing the genotype of XX, and when you come towards a colorblind man, it's going to show about the X superficial C. We are denoting the color blindness with Y chromosomes. When you are going to cross with the F1, you're going to cross here. Since here it is a homozygous condition, we are taking only one X. The heterozygous condition, we are going to take here the two different gametes. When you're going to cross here, these two, you're going to get X into XC, X and Y. So this represent one is a normal X, the other one is a recessive X, what you have received for color blind. And that condition you're going to call it as a carrier daughter. Carrier daughter refers where you're going to just carry on the recessive gene towards the next generation. Here it is not going to be affected. And another one you're going to consider here as a normal son. When you're going to take only these two conditions for further, so when you're going to take this condition, you're going to call the carrier daughter as a parent itself now. The carrier daughter as a parent itself. So with a carrier daughter and a normal man, the genotype is been represented as X with the recessive gene and a normal X, and XY for the normal son. These are the gametes which you are going to show. So in the F2 condition, you can observe here 50% you are going to get with the daughter and 50% you are going to get with the son. In that 50%, or just you can consider here the two daughters, when you are going to call it as 100% itself, 50% is going to arise as a carrier daughter and 50% you are going to call it as a normal daughter. In another two, that is with the male condition, the son, you can consider here only these two. If you are going to take, you are going to call it as 100%. With this 100%, the 50% you are going to get as a normal son, and another 50% is been considered as a colorblind son. So what you can understand here, if you are going to call this as the first generation, this as the second generation, and this as the third generation, you're going to call the recessive gene is being transmitted from the first generation towards the third generation, which you're going to explain it as crisscross inheritance. So this already I have explained when I gave the importance about the Drosophila eye color also. So crisscross inheritance, or it can also be called as skip generation. So it refers where there is a skip of one generation, that is in between. That is with the second generation there is a skip. So it is called as skip generation. Or since it has been transferred from the grandfather to the grandson, you're going to call the condition as the crisscross inheritance, where the second generation is just with a carrier daughter. Carrier daughter. Suppose you're going to take a condition where you want to know the carrier daughter or how the female is going to be called as a color blind. You can take this particular condition. Carrier daughter, when she marries with a color blind man, we can observe the genotype. There is the recessive gene, one normal gene, the recessive gene, and also the normal Y gene. So the gametes are going to be plotted. In this condition, you can observe the carrier daughter marrying a colorblind man. You can observe you're going to get a colorblind daughter only, or it may be the colorblind son. So 50% there are a chances where there may be color blindness. In another 50%, 25% it may be a carrier daughter or it may be a normal son. It always depends like which type of a gamete is being transferred from the parents to the children or the progeny. So this explains about the color blindness, explains about the skip generation, and also about the carrier daughters. The next one, we are going to continue with the hemophilia. So when you come towards the word as a hemophilia, this is again an X-linked inheritance which comes under the third example. Hemophilia is also called as the royal disease, or it is also called as bleeder's disease. It is called as royal disease because it was first observed in the royal family in England. That is, the Queen Victoria was a carrier for her son. It is called as bleeder's disease because the clotting factors are absent. Usually you know that the blood is going to clot within a few seconds together or just a few minutes together, since we have a clotting factors. The thrombocytes or the prothrombins, fibrinogens are etc. are the clotting factors. So when these clotting factors are present in our body, when there is a injury and that has been exposed to the environment, naturally it is going to get clot with a fraction of seconds or minutes together, depending on that intensity of injury. In case of the hemophilic regions, the conditions or individuals, so there is a absence of clotting factors, so it is called as bleeder's disease. Even a small injury is going to lead for loss of more number of blood or more quantity of blood. In hemophilia, it is also an example for the X-linked inheritance. So in hemophilia, there are two types. One is called as hemophilia A and hemophilia B. So depending on that, there may be the presence of in an individual hemophilia A or B. And it is also been considered as a recessive gene which is being present on the X chromosome and designated as such. If you're going to call this as the condition, this is the dominant gene and this is the recessive gene. So this recessive gene is being present in an individual. When you take hemophilia A, if an individual is going to have hemophilia A, you're going to call the absence of clotting factor 8. And that clotting factor 8 is named as anti-hemophilic factor, or you can call it as AHF, which affects 1 in 5,000 to 10,000 people. Or the individual may have the hemophilia B. In the hemophilia B means absence of the clotting factor 9. So it is also called as Christmas disease because it was first diagnosed by a person called as Stephen Christmas. So it has been also called as Christmas disease, or it can also be called as plasma thromboplastin component PTC, and it affects 1 in 25,000 to 30,000 people. So more of hemophilia A can be observed rather than the hemophilia B. The same conditions we can take here. when a normal woman marries a hemophilic man, in F1 generation, the daughter is a carrier and the son is normal. Now, just like how we plot for the schematic representation for color blindness, the same thing you can consider here, where you're going to take the parental conditions with a normal woman and the hemophilic man. The genotype is XX and X, the recessive gene, with Y. The gametes have been plotted here, and in F1 ratio, you're going to, or F1 generation, you're going to get with the carrier daughter with the normal son. So carrier daughter, as such, we know how it is going to get arised. If the carrier daughter and the normal son or the normal man in the next generation is going to get married, you're going to get in the F2 generation the 50%, where it can be a carrier daughter or it can be with the hemophilic son who is going to get formed. Or there may be 50% chances where there may be a normal daughter and the normal son can be formed. So again, if you're going to call the carrier daughter, or if you're going to consider as a female getting with the hemophilia, so you're going to have the condition where both the X chromosome should consider with the presence of the recessive gene. When both the recessive genes are present in the female, the condition you're going to call it as hemophilia. Going to call it as the hemophilia. Thank you. In the next video, we are going to see about the Y-linked inheritance. Thank you.